Charlo fighting him. Bee Gees, he's staying alive. If anything, he's just getting the pitch count up there for sight. And another one! This one trying a little garner, a little respect from the crowd. Oh, it's in! Charlo is just up in this game after a 10-pitch at-bat. What a swing, the biggest of the season so far. And the Mets take a 3-0 lead here in Game 7. It's bedlam here in Hopkins as Charlo with the biggest swing possibly of his career.
And welcome back to another episode of the HRL Touch 'em All podcast. I'm your host, Stash, and this week I am joined again by Cakes and Grizz. How's it going, guys?
It's going good. Off work, so I can't complain.
And it's the weekend.
Just
Correct.
dandy.
It's Palooza.
Yeah, happy Paloozing on.
Palooza weekend.
Except you guys won't be participating. You'll be there, but you won't be having any fun in being part of it. So
That's
I-
not
Yeah,
true.
never.
What do you mean you're not playing?
I'm playing with the Logs this year.
Oh, you got
Free
traded.
agent signed.
You got traded right after the season.
Yeah.
I think that might be the second ever trade.
Hey, that might help our team.
Relax, Chris.
Oh, but yeah, today.
Hey, all I know is Cakes and I might just be out following the Rumble ponies around tomorrow.
Okay.
Ponies?
Yeah, you guys are big pony fans.
They're all right.
But
They kind of pissed me off this year.
ooh, okay. Little bad blood, huh?
Screw them. Yeah.
But
Dear Jordy struck me out a bunch of times, and I wasn't happy about it.
sounds like me yesterday against you.
Fair enough. You retaliated.
I did, yeah. But we'll get into that a little later. But yeah, this episode's basically going to be talking about Wifflepalooza, the bracket, and just give our thoughts on what we think is going to be the outcome this year. But before we do that, let's talk about the last games of the season. 2 divisions were decided on the last day of the season, and you guys, the Grasshoppers, were still bidding for a number 1 seed. So there was a lot of excitement going on the last day that we haven't had for years, I feel like. Kind of give me your thoughts on what you think about division races and how there's actually been something that's been decided on the last day.
I mean, it was.
I think it's pretty.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Kyle.
I mean, it's hard for the Chihuahuas to, they kind of, their division was a little bit weaker. And when you got guys, top tier pitchers going on vacation and crap when they play them, and I'm not trying to name anybody's names here, Stash, but they played the Baby Cakes this year, no Seuss. I mean, come on. Did you guys want them to win?
I mean,
Let's be honest with you.
if you're going to be calling me out, would you call me top tier this year?
You beat the second best team, and didn't you take us into extras?
Yeah, you guys
First
walked me
game?
off the first time, yeah.
What else is there to say?
I mean, I had a losing record. I had a 4 ERA. I wouldn't say I'm top echelon, no.
Yeah,
You
but
were
here's
more
the
worried
thing,
about
Casey.
vacation, obviously.
Well, that vacation
You
did
know
me
as
well
well
if
as
I
I
hit you.
do, Casey, that sometimes the win-loss in the ERA is about the people surrounding you. Let's be honest with ourselves. You don't have the best fielding team. You also don't have the best hitting team.
I beg to differ on the fielding.
Fair enough.
I beg to differ on the fielding.
Okay, because I know a lot of times I've seen you guys play in the field, and okay, let's say middle of the road fielding team.
Yeah, okay.
Not necessarily top 5 in the league. I'd say top 10.
Dude, you guys got two back.
Too bad doesn't play the field.
I'll give you top 10.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, he just kind of waddles around from the box back to the bench.
All right.
Dude, Two-Bat was kind of nasty yesterday for the first 2 innings.
Yeah, he was good. But where were you
He
going?
was.
Where were you going?
No, I will say this. I will say this. It is. I think it's really cool that we actually had division races in the last week of the season. Because, like you said, that doesn't happen a lot, and I think it finally shows that there's a little bit more parity in the league.
Yep.
Um,
I still,
and I mean, like last year, I'm pretty sure the Aces had the 1 seed locked up. I mean, we were
With a month
close
left,
behind
yeah.
them, but right, and so that's why it's just it's been fun. It was fun though to see actual 2 division races. Granted, it's Egan, so I don't know if it means too much, but at the end of the day, it's a division race, so it's actually kind of cool to see that versus people just playing the last week just for Palooza seeding.
Right. Yeah, it was awesome the fact that the Hops had a chance to send the baby cakes to Palooza, which I think might be the baby cakes / Reds dynasty first, if that were to ever happen. I don't think they've ever played in Palooza, right?
I believe that is correct. Yes.
So I think that
Which
was
I
amazing.
I like the cakes. I like Seuss. They're all good dudes. But like, I would have loved to have seen them in Palooza because I don't think Zach would struggle to pitch all day.
Right.
And you're gonna
I
get
wonder if you're going to get
maybe
more. Go ahead.
like you're gonna get pulp for a game or two, but he can't pitch all day. Seuss, I don't think I mean, he struggles to throw 2 games in the night, let alone pitch all day and play all day nowadays.
Right, but if they go
I mean,
4-0, that's only 2 games that he would need to do, but then he would have to come back at Monday and do the exact same thing.
Right. That's why I think that I was kind of honestly hoping just to see how that dynamic was going to play out.
Right. And then also you had the Braves and Yankees, with the Braves being back 2 games. And the Braves swept the Yankees to get in based off of win percentage. So they actually came from behind to take the division on the last day, which is exciting, which is always fun to see. I wish we could do more of like the live games where you can see it live and be actually able to watch it, opposed to just hear through it through the grapevine or hear about it later the next day.
For sure. I was pulling for the Yankees personally. But that's just
Yeah,
me.
Braves are a little more suited for a Palooza run than the Yankees are, I believe, in my opinion.
I would agree. And Sanchez pisses me off. So
dude, you guys don't believe in Yeller?
No, what I saw last year Yeller do, what he could do during Palooza, he basically carried us for pitching, other than Zach in the other games where he pitched.
Yeller's freaking
he's another year
dialed.
older.
Did he just fall
I
into
don't
the abyss
think
there?
I just think they are gonna struggle playing all day.
Yeah.
Like, you can get a couple games out of Corey, sure, and Z-Dog's a young guy, but I just don't know if they quite have the bats and if Corey's gonna be able to hold up as well as he did last year.
I think he can. I think just because he's another year older. I mean, this year he doesn't look like he's any more different than he was last year. I think he can still do it, but it's where we get into, if they make the playoffs, they got to go back on Monday and do it. How is your body going to be feeling? And then if they win on Monday, go back and do it on Thursday again, and that's pretty close to 8-10 games in 1 week. That would be nuts.
I think Yeller's in better shape than we are.
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean,
But he's just an old dog. I mean, he's in great shape. He's just an old dog, and I think that
Yeller's
catches
like
up to you after a
29
while.
years old. He's got this.
He's an 85-year-old in a 29-year-old's body.
He should be medium Yeller instead of old Yeller.
Yeah, we're not taking him out back quite yet to shoot him, right?
Yes.
Give him another year.
Yeah.
He diced us up.
Oh, yeah. He diced us as well.
Dude, yeah, he beat us, the Ducks. He beat the Aces. He beat the Aces. I remember sitting in Pittsburgh for the national tournament, and the Aces lost to the Yankees, and Syke and WebGem walk in. I go, "You guys get yellered last night too?" And they're like, "Yep, we got yellered." I was like, "Fuck, good for them."
Yeah. And then the other exciting thing that we
Yeah.
talked about already was you guys were bidding for a number 1 seed with the Chihuahuas. Obviously, you guys would have needed a sweep, and I think did the Chihuahuas just need to lose one, I believe, and you guys
Well,
were
Mhm.
taking it?
If they would have won one, they've played game threes. We haven't played any game threes. So they would have technically had the higher win percentage, which would have given them the tiebreaker. But if they lost a game and we swept, we were gonna maybe, look to do some little trickery. But no, they would have had to have lost two, and we would have had to sweep. Like because it would have came down to tiebreakers if they only lost
Gotcha.
one and we swept.
Okay.
So
It
we
would have
needed a
came
lot
down
of
to
help.
It would have came down to your Hopkins record, basically,
Okay.
is what we were told.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we had a better Hopkins record at the time.
Okay. Gotcha. But yeah, it's exciting that there were 3 different situations going on the last day where stuff is still happening. Like I said before, it just doesn't happen every single year. It hasn't happened for a long time, at least since I've been in the league, I feel, where we've had this much drama play out to the last day.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah.
We need to switch the game 3 rule. They either need to be scheduled before or something,
Yeah,
because you can't. Someone can't win because they played more games. Like
That's an off-season pod topic.
whatever. I'm just saying.
I agree.
You
I
can't. You
agree.
can't say,
I
hey.
think we should just fucking ban them.
You can't say, hey, this is a 36 game season, but you can play 39. That's like.
Yeah,
like,
it's weird.
You couldn't even do that. Yeah.
Yeah. But let's move on to Palooza. So tomorrow's talk. In my opinion, this is one of the greatest days in wiffle ball, just because this year you have 18 teams battling for the last 2 spots in playoffs, and that is nuts to me. I mean, the fact that you're getting 18 teams plus some of the people that already made the playoffs coming down, we're gonna have like 150 people, 120 people all gathered around watching this. It in my mind, it's the greatest day of wiffle ball.
Dude, I've been trying to tell my team to go there for years now.
Last year was our first year ever.
Years? Isn't this your
This is years.
isn't
That's
this your
multiple.
second time?
Yeah, years.
Kyle?
That's multiple.
I don't think Tyler
Did I
and
not
Grizz would
wanna
be
go
on
to
board with it.
Did I not want to go to Palooza last year? Wally can confirm. Wally hated me for that comment.
Yeah, he really did. And now look at him this year. He's playing this year. I'm sure he's ecstatic about that.
Oh, I did get a text confirming that the Vibes are one of the teams winning Wifflepalooza from Wally and the commish.
Oh.
Just so we know.
Okay.
Just so you guys know. So they're winning one of the seats.
So we got that marked down on writing that the Vibes are guaranteeing a Palooza victory.
100%.
Okay.
The script has been released.
Yep.
Per commissioner too. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's the commish. Talk about collusion.
But with these first round matchups, are any of the games really sticking out in your mind that you would want to watch? That kind of intrigue you?
Dude, I think you guys got to be careful with the Cyclones tomorrow.
I know. I definitely know that. I know everybody in the league has been saying how sneaky good they are, especially with being a newer team. Obviously, most of their team has played before, but they definitely got some rookies. I'm definitely not overlooking the Cyclones in my mind, because
Torpedo raked me. I think we won 4-3, and he had a solo home run and a 2-run homer.
Yeah, I'm not looking past them at all. I mean, my focus is one game at a time for tomorrow.
I can't believe you pitched game 2, but I mean, yeah, if you didn't want to pitch against me, yeah, it's fine.
If I would have lost, given up 3 hits and 1 home run with 12 strikeouts against you guys, I would have been mad.
All right, Two Bat just confirmed a win against the Cyclones, so I guess fuck the Cyclones, I guess.
I don't think Too Bad did that.
He don't. Do you want me to screenshot the message? I just literally got it from Two Bat.
All right, Chris.
You guys
who are
are
you looking
winning.
at? Who are you looking at?
I'm looking at the rest of the league to tell me who's winning. Casey, you gotta have the confidence.
Well, I like that matchup. I think the other first round matchup that I'm really intrigued in is American Space Cowboys.
Okay.
Because I know people are calling, Americans, they always do really well in Wifflepalooza, but they're running out of a 3-man squad this year. And I know that's game one, and I know Lulu's going to be pitching, but they're still going to have to hit. And don't the Space Cowboys have that new rookie that's pretty good at pitching? Wasn't he in the All-Star game?
Is it Meow?
Isn't it like Da Vinci or something?
I don't know.
Isn't he on that team?
They're all rookies, so I couldn't tell you.
I'm pretty sure it was like Da Vinci, the kid with the long hair, and he pitched in the All-Star game.
I wasn't at All-Star game.
And I remember facing this kid, and I was like, this kid's fucking pretty nasty here. And I was like, with the Americans running a 3-man squad, and honestly, like, yeah, Lulu's probably pitching game one, but then Lulu's got a hit, and he ain't a great hitter.
Right.
I mean, could see one of those guys running into it in a 1-0, 2-1 game.
Right. And I think the other thing is, like, we can't assume that Lulu's going game one either, because they do have Jet Plane, who is a pretty good pitcher as well.
He's gone.
No, Jet Plane's there. It's Jet Plane, Dipshit, and Lulu.
Oh, that's the 3-man?
Yeah.
I thought it was Joe instead of Jet Plane.
No, I think Joe's gone.
Okay, I might take that back then.
But I mean,
Jet Plane's a good player.
It's still an intriguing matchup.
For sure.
Just because it's a 3-man lineup. If you go up against any squad with a 3-man lineup, it's scary because they get to see you as a pitcher every single inning, and you can really time them up by doing that.
What
Yeah, but
do you guys play at tomorrow, Casey?
What'd you say?
What's the first game? What field do you guys play at?
We play at Valley Field 1.
Oh no.
You want to get out there at 8 a.m. tomorrow, Cakes?
Yeah, I gotta be. I told WebGem I would be. I gotta make sure some games start on. Gotta be out there at 7:45.
Oof.
All right, are you picking me up? We'll talk about this later.
But
I ain't picking you up. You didn't even let me come over for the podcast tonight.
Oh, don't even get me started. All right, what else we got, Casey?
Wait, Casey.
Yeah.
I got confirmation that Two Bat is gonna poop on the Cyclones tomorrow, quote unquote.
Okay. The matchup that I'm really looking forward to is the Rumble Ponies and Mariners. I'm not sure if the Rumble Ponies are a morning team. I have no idea. Obviously, they do very well in Palooza, so obviously they know what they're doing. But the Mariners are also pretty sneaky if Squirrel is on. If Squirrel's missing the board, I don't know if they have a chance, but do you risk it starting Squirrel right away in game one for a potential shutdown, or do you go with the reliable arm who's not going to walk anybody with Super Dave? Yeah.
Does pitching reset?
No.
For tomorrow?
Carries over.
Then I'd be willing to bet they probably threw Squirrel and then Dave game 2 last night, so they're probably going with Squirrel.
They went with...
Are you guys going to wear sweatshirts tomorrow morning?
Potentially. Mr. Mariner threw game 2 yesterday. So
they got options.
They have options.
If I'm probably going with Dave.
Okay.
I think Dave's a better overall pitcher in HRL than Squirrel is, simply because Squirrel really struggles to hit the board.
Yes, you're not wrong. He has his moments where he looks really good, and then the next inning he comes out and walks 6 straight. But
exactly, and I think Dave is a guy who can put it all around the board and make the Rumble Ponies hit at 8 a.m. in the morning, which isn't easy.
Right. All right, so with those first round matchups, is there any game in general where you would love to see two teams match up? Doesn't matter if it happens on the board, because everybody knows, like, once somebody loses, everything can kind of just jumble around. Is there any two teams that you would love to see face off against each other?
Yes. Vibes Yankees. I believe they split the season series. Am I wrong?
I couldn't tell you. I haven't been paying attention that closely.
Yeah, it's because you've been on vacation.
It was 1 week.
I have two matchups that I would love to see. I would love to see Ducks Wahoos.
Ooh.
I would love to see that matchup. And I hope the pitching matchup is Stash versus Kershaw. Ducks Wahoos. Valley Field 1 at 1:45. That's what I want. I want to see that game.
Okay.
Ducks Ponies. Think about that.
Been there, done that. Last year it only went 15 innings. I don't want a repeat of that.
I think
like
the other game. I think the other game I would love to see, Vibes Mets, Valley Field 2 at 1:45.
Oh, imagine those two games going on at the same time.
I want that, and I want to just chill at Valley, like that. I want to see that.
Yeah.
What game?
1:45.
What game did you get?
Vibes Mets 1:45, Valley Field 2.
Oh my God. I'm going to have to bring a case of beer for that game.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. Vibes and Mets, I think, would be an interesting one to watch as well. Whether or not that happens. So yeah, you kind of took what I was going to say. I think an Americans Mariners for the well could also be interesting when you bring a trophy game into the picture.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that would probably be and this is my opinion, I think that's a loser's bracket game, but I think it would be a fun game to watch.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter where it is. I just said any matchup that you would like to see within Palooza. Unfortunately, I won't be able to watch what I want to watch because I'll be focused on what's ahead of me.
You want me to Snapchat it?
I can text you.
I won't be around my phone much. Not tomorrow.
What happens if I'm in your ear hole all weekend?
Gives me motivation to strike you out some more.
You got to get past Palooza before you do that again, though.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
All right. I like that confidence.
You also got to get past the aces before you can face us.
Fair.
But
that'd be a wild city finals. Grasshoppers, Ducks, Stash versus Cakes. Oh, that's the matchup I want to see.
You want to run it back if we all lose out of respect, Casey? Just on one of the fields, just for respect?
Just play our own 3-game
Yeah,
series.
The city finals are going on at Central, and we're just on the other field, just doing the Ducks Hoppers.
Just a respect game.
The friendship. Oh, that would be hilarious. All right, so kind of to wrap it up, who do you guys have coming out of Palooza? Because in my mind, I have about 7, roughly 8 maybe, teams that could potentially win this and move on. I want to see who you guys think is going to be making it out of Palooza.
Well, you want me to go first?
Go for it.
I'm sticking with the vibes. One, I got confirmation that they're winning it, and I like that. If Huck pitches well, and they got Wally, they got Epstein, they got 3 really good pitchers. And this is honest to God. It's my other pick is between the Rubber Ducks, Blue Wahoos, and Mets. One of you 3 are winning the other spot.
Okay.
No, you got to pick one though.
I got to pick one.
When there's 8 teams that could potentially make it out of this tournament, yes.
You want me to give you some time to think about that, and
No.
I'll go with my picks?
Okay. If you guys beat the Cyclones in the morning, like 2-bet guaranteed, where does that put you pitching game 2? Then game 3? Does game 3 matter? Do they all matter?
What do you mean? All
Then
games matter in Palooza.
If you won the first 2, lost the third one, then do you go down into the losers bracket?
Yes.
You do. Oof. I mean, Casey, you're the ace of the team, man. I think you messed up yesterday.
I don't think we did.
All right. If you got a plan. If you guys win game 1 tomorrow, you guys are winning it.
Okay.
There you go. I got Vibes Ducks.
All right. So you got an Egan and a Hopkins team.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be the first time an
We-
Egan team has won since 2020, since COVID. Rumble Ponies.
Yep. I think. I mean, I'm going Vibes. I think they got 3 solid pitching. They got good enough hitting to win. Playoff Huck's going to be in full effect. I think the Vibes are one of the clear-cut winners. Cakes, you and I are on the same wavelength on the other possible teams. I am going to go a different direction, though. I am going to go Wahoos. No disrespect, Casey.
There's
I'm
too much
taking-
antics there.
I see what you did there. I'm going with the Wahoos. I think them adding the Wish for this year is going to be big for them. But also, they made a solid run last year, and Kershaw did a triathlon before he showed up at Palooza.
Yeah, what an
Yeah.
idiot.
So, and this year, I did confirm with TC last night at the bar that Kershaw is going to be in full effect. So I think you got 2.5 good pitchers there, but they're young guys. They can hit, they can pitch, they play really well defensively. I think they're poised to make a really good run. And so they're going to be my other team. It's going to be them and the Vibes.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to do a different direction on the bottom half of the board. I think it's Mets. I think the Mets will pull it off.
Ooh.
Just because they're probably going to be doing a 4-man lineup unless Docs is going to be there. I'm not sure if that's confirmed or not. They've just been on the biggest tear that you've ever seen. Because I think
So they lost to us twice last week.
yeah, and then they got swept again last night. But I think
So they're going into Palooza on a 4-game losing streak.
right. But I think they're going to be ready for it. Obviously, when Taco wants to try, Taco is elite. And then
Mm-hmm.
where did Thunderson come out of this year? Dude is hitting unreal. I've never seen Thunderson do this well before, and he's kind of been carrying them, helping Taco out with the offense to get them over the hump and winning these games during their winning streaks. So I think
Taco was barbecue chicken on the mound last week. We roasted him. He is
I
toast.
think. I mean, I like where you're coming. I mean, Mets were definitely up there for me too. I just think if they're gonna win, Taco is gonna have to lead them in every category.
oh, there's no doubt. I mean, Taco's been
Like,
leading them in every
he
category
is
all
their
year
team.
anyways.
He is their team. If he's off for a game, there's nobody on. I know Thunderson's had like a better than normal year for him,
Right.
but there's nobody on that team where if Taco is off, like if he's not pitching, he has to hit. But like if he's off for a game, they lose that game.
Yeah. I completely agree with you on that. And then I got to take my team, right? I'm not
You ha-
going to
you
say
have to,
anything.
Casey.
I'm not going to say anything else. So, I got me or the Rubber Ducks and the Mets making it out. So yeah.
I'm happy that you did that because if you didn't take your team,
Why would I be even showing up at that point?
Yeah, exactly. So I love that.
All right, and then does anybody kind of have a dark horse that you think that could make a run in Palooza that you wouldn't expect them to make a run?
Well, I mean, just from listening to you guys, I'm assuming your guys' dark horse is the number 1 seed Yankees. You guys don't think that they're built for a run, but they're proven.
No, but I mean they're good.
What
I wouldn't consider them
constitutes
a
a dark horse?
I don't know.
I guess
I mean,
if you look at straight seeding, like even though both of you guys picked the Ducks, I think the Ducks would be a dark horse because I don't think anybody else in the league is going to expect a 9 seed to win it.
true.
Like, so if you're just looking at seeding, right?
Right, yeah. Obviously, I'm going to be a little bit biased on the Rubber Ducks just because I think that we're a lot better team than what our record is. Because we've been walked off
I would agree
5 times this year. 5 times.
I would completely agree with that. I think you guys are a lot better than your record shows.
Yeah. So, I mean, it all depends. I think it's more of how the person looks at it. So, I mean, for me, obviously the Hops are no joke, but what they would have to do to get through with that top bracket, I think would be pretty tough on their end. I don't know, but that's kind of where I'm looking at. Maybe the Space Cowboys. I didn't play them this year either, so I couldn't tell you what they're like. I know there's been rumblings with them in the Cyclones where they're a lot better than most new teams are, so I couldn't even tell you how they are.
Are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean,
Are you thinking just an Eddie Bauer gem at 8 a.m. at Harley?
Oh my God, could you imagine?
Just an Eddie Bauer like 2-hitter shutout against the Mets.
dude, the old Blue Sox over the Mets would be electric.
Hey, they've done it before. They've won it, right?
Is Thor showing up? Because if Thor shows up,
did Thor
yeah, but they
even
also had
get
2
minimum?
I don't know, man. I'll look. Fuck.
Just why don't you guys
I honestly
believe
don't
in
know.
Eddie Bauer?
Because Taco will take 9 of those lob pitches and murder them. That's why.
Okay, yep. So
False.
their entire team is eligible.
Thor shows up throwing his 62-mile-an-hour straight ball. Never know.
Yep.
Vlade pumps a couple of home runs out.
You never know.
He is a batting champion. Notice how I did not say former. He is a batting champion.
Relax, Grizz. He's past his prime.
But
Well, yeah, no shit. He's past his prime.
He hasn't reached out to me once this year, so I'm kind of done with him. So whatever. We had our moment last year where we golfed and everything. But yeah,
Your
whatever.
friendship is over.
Yeah. We don't need each other. We don't need each other anymore. We moved on.
oof.
Stash, we get any questions in the chat? I'm assuming not.
No questions. I guess the only question that really kind of popped up was people's take on Egan MVP. That's not what the podcast is about, so don't think we're going to answer that.
That's fair.
Yeah. I guess the other question was, aren't these guys supposed to be on the clock 9 to 5? Well, I took today off as for PTO. You took PTO today, and sounded like Cakes also had an early day.
Yeah, whoever said that, I had a funeral today, so I hope you feel really bad now.
That was Daddy.
Yeah.
Dick.
That was Daddy.
Yeah, Daddy, fight
Okay,
a different
well,
job. I don't know why
yeah,
you're
I'll
working
fucking
so
fight
late
you,
on a
Daddy.
Friday.
Yeah, it sounds like a personal problem, fucking idiot.
You know, he says that, but here he is, whatever he's doing, if he's at work, he's listening to the podcast. He's really working hard by listening to the podcast.
That's a good point. But
They got him buckled into butts and seats till 5. Sounds like a real winner.
yeah.
I can see Daddy right now just kicked up with his feet up on his desk with the YouTube podcast rolling. Freaking troll.
And then Tui also asked, who in Palooza is most likely to pass out for any reason?
I'm going to go with Tui due to too much beer consumption.
Anybody on
That's
the
my
hops?
pick.
Does it count for if they need to be playing in it or if not? Because if the hops get bounced early again like they did last year, it could be another whole situation where they're sitting
Yeah.
around and just drinking beer for the rest of the day.
Yeah, that's a great point. I really, anybody on the hop, my vote is on Tui if he shows up.
Okay.
You want to know what, guys? I've been looking at the bracket right now. What do you guys? What happens if Bliss just pitches a gem against the Wahoos in Game 1?
I brought that up earlier today to Face, and I basically said the Millers, if Bliss is on, it could easily be a 1-0, 2-1 game. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
the Millers aren't the greatest hitting team, but, I mean, they can pull it off if they need to. I mean, one pitch and a ball's over the fence.
They won a couple games last year, if I remember correctly, early in the day.
Yep. Can't remember who they beat, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think they were a very high seed. I think they beat one or two decent teams last year early on in the day because it was that exact situation. But then I don't think Dr. K can throw much more than one or two games either. So they lost and then kind of fell
Right.
apart.
But I did Mr. Dobeliner pitch at all? Because they have the other guy too, the other lefty thrower or hitter who can throw a game or two.
Smith-Dog?
Dog. There we go. Yeah.
Smith Dog. I don't think they can afford to throw him.
Well,
He
I
threw
mean,
against
it's
us.
just like what you were saying. Dr. K can't go all day, so they have another arm that can pitch if they need to.
True.
Gotcha. So yeah.
So what is it like towards the end of Palooza? Are you just gassed?
Well, my only thing was our last game where we lost. We were in a 15-inning affair. So yeah, I was gassed. Obviously we'd only played 1, 2, 3, 4 games. Technically 5 if you're gonna do the extra innings or whatnot. And by the end of it, I was done. My feet were hurting. I needed food. So yeah, it's a long day.
Oh, hey, I missed this. The Wish messaged me on Instagram and said it is Da Vinci on the Space Cowboys.
Okay,
That is a very good pitcher.
gotcha.
Let me check to see
But
if
very
Kubat
good.
messaged me.
Bliss was saying that Dobeliner did not pitch and that Smith Dog is out tomorrow. So that hurts him a little bit on the pitching aspect.
Oh no. Well, Smith Dog's a good hitter and fielder too.
Right, yeah.
Oh no. That's unfortunate, Junior.
But do we have anything else? Does anybody in chat want to ask questions? Well, you got us here. I think we've wrapped up about as much as we could or talked about what we wanted to in this podcast. So we're all open to any questions, or if Cakes or Grizz has anything that they want to say. I think Cakes, you were saying beforehand that something about Flackney.
You guys don't want to hear that, all right? The whole league doesn't want to hear that.
I don't know. I've heard a lot of rumblings.
It's me and Flack beef about when we were 8, 9 years old.
How's that?
All
relate to
right, I'll
wiffle
tell you guys. Oh, it really relates a lot to wiffle ball. So, as you guys see, Flack got famous the last couple of months.
Yeah.
And
Horse shit.
I heard him shout out on, I don't know if it was Channel 5 or what. He talked about being a kid and playing wiffle ball at Factor Field. And I want to say that he knew of Factor Field maybe through Mike. And me Mike and Flack used to play in Michael's backyard, and we used to pitch to each other with wiffle balls from like 15 feet away, all the way probably up to like 14 years old, from like 25 feet, and used to throw as hard as we can. And that's where Flack's wiffle ball career actually started.
So you're taking credit for his greatness.
Oh, I'm not taking credit for it. We just wanted him to just remember that.
Gotcha.
And he didn't even give the 7th Street game. He didn't even give us a shout out or nothing when he got famous. I just told him I'll remember that. All right. When I get famous, Flack, I'm gonna forget about you.
I think this rolls in pretty good. TC wants to know who's your favorite grasshopper right now.
Mine?
Yeah.
Who's my favorite grasshopper?
Yeah. Or sorry, best grasshopper. Best grasshopper. Sorry, I read that wrong.
Oh man. I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
well,
Grizz pointed out that Flackney is the 3rd best hitter on your team.
Well, the last 2 weeks, Flack has definitely been the best hitter. Michael, Babyface, has been the best hitter all year, but Grizz has been a great hitter and he pitches, so I don't know. You guys think Shohei Ohtani is the best baseball player right now?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Here's another question.
So it sounds like
question.
By that logic, you're going with Grizz.
Here's another question I got. How? And my cousin asked me this, not Babyface. My cousin asked me about Flack. He's like, how is Flack like a top 5 pitcher at Nationals? And he's a great hitter in both the HRL and Nationals. We know that. But how does he not pitch in the HRL?
It's a different story when you have a speed limit on you.
Yeah, but the great ones figure it out.
I mean, I think
He's got a point, you know.
If he really needed to, I think he could pitch in the HRL. Because
I'm not bashing on him.
Right. When's the last time that he actually had like a regular season of pitching? 2015.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I mean, do all these other guys that play in Nationals in their hometown league, I'm assuming they pitch in that.
And if
Am I wrong?
If
yeah, but a lot of those other leagues, and a lot of those other leagues don't have speed limits like we do. There's a lot of those guys just play in a fast pitch league.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they're weekend tournaments. They're not every.
Yeah, so
week.
A lot of those other leagues, right? And like Skibby, for example, is like a lob, so like they can't throw over like 35. So that's different. And then like I know a lot of the leagues in Michigan are like they're fast pitch. There is no speed limit. So
yeah.
So you're saying that Skibby plays in a league like Egan?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
I'm just kidding. Egan's gonna hate me.
Yeah, so Skibby.
Egan fucking sucks. So.
All right. If we got nothing else.
I got nothing else.
Sounds good. And with that, then, let's hope for a great day tomorrow. Hope everybody shows out, comes out to support the league, make it a fun atmosphere because it's a really fun atmosphere when you're playing and the rinks are just filled and surrounded by people. And yeah, it was a great season of wiffle ball. And hope that everybody makes it back out again next year. And let's try to make the winter stuff a little more fun, that we still interact as a league. Go out and do stuff. I know there's been rumblings of maybe bringing back a bowling league. I think that would be pretty fun. But then also our award banquets, our winter meeting for whatnot. So yeah, it's been fun. I'm glad that you two came on to the podcast and made it a little more interesting with your takes, because it gets boring when you get the same 2 takes constantly all year. So I had fun with you guys.
Thanks, Casey. Thanks for having us. And let's go Ducks tomorrow. I'm a big Ducks fan tomorrow.
Hey, don't forget your duck calls.
Huge.
Oh, I got a bunch of them.
Bring them with.
What are you doing? Quacking those things in Tyler's room when he's sleeping?
Oh, that's a fucking good idea, though. Oh, I'm just gonna wait for his girlfriend to come over and they're watching Netflix and just sit in my room.
But all right. Let's hope for
Thanks, Casey.
Yeah, no problem. Let's hope for a good day tomorrow, and then we will see you next time.
See ya.